Alright, in this video I'm going to be going over the 4.1 to 4.2 quiz review. The first 6 examples want me to show or tell whether x and y show direct variation, inverse variation, or neither. Direct variation, remember, is y equals kx. Inverse variation is y equals k over x, and then neither is just a random pattern or like adding and subtracting in there. So, number 1 is inverse, and it's already in inverse form. Number 2, I want to get y alone, so I'm going to divide by x. This gets me y equals 7 over x. This one is inverse. Over here, I need to get y alone, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. This gets me y equals x over 2. Or I can rewrite this as y equals 1/2 times x, because x is on my numerator. This one is direct. Number 4, I want to get y alone. Multiply both sides by x. This gets me y equals 10x. This one is direct. Over here, I subtract x. Because I have y equals negative x plus 8, the adding and subtracting makes this neither. Over here on number 6, I want to divide both sides by 2, which is going to be y equals 1/2 times x, which is again direct. These ones want me to show whether they have direct variation, inverse variation, or neither. So I am going to do y times x for inverse. It's opposite of what you think. And then for direct, I'm going to do y divided by x. So I want the same number. Y times x over here gives me 76. I don't know, 4 times 19 gives me 76. 8 times 9.5 gives me 76. And 10 times 7.6 gives me 76. So this one is inverse. And it wants me to write my equation in the form y equals a over x. So I'm going to plug in my values. I have 38 equals a over 2 that I want to solve. That gives me the 76 that I kept getting. So my equation is going to be y equals 76 over x. Same thing over here, I want to check. So the first thing I'm going to do is y times x. This gives me 45. 45. 8 times 6 is 48. So it's not inverse. Then I want to divide. Check to see if it's direct. 15 divided by 3 is 5. This gives me 9/5. This one is neither, because there's no pattern on either one. Next one, start off with y times x. I am going to do that one on my calculator. 1.5 times 9 gives me 13.5. 4 times 24 is 96. That one is not inverse. Then I'm going to divide to see if it's direct. So 9 divided by 1.5, 1.5 is 6. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 39 divided by 6.5 is 6. And 60 divided by 10 is 6. So this one is direct. And then this is going to give me my a value. So this is y equals 6x. Same thing over here. I'm going to do y times x. 84 times 1.5 is 126. 4 times 31.5 is 126. 6 times 21 is 126. And 10.5 times 12, 126. So this one is inverse. My equation is y equals 126 over x. This one tells me that they vary inversely, so I am using the form y equals a over x. I'm going to write an equation and then find my value when x equals 3. So, first one I'm going to have is negative 5 equals a over 6. I want to get a alone. I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. That gets me negative 30 for my a value. And then I want to write my equation. That's going to be y equals negative 30 over x. Next part is to plug in the negative 3 and solve. So I have y equals negative 30 divided by 3, which gives me negative 10. do the same thing for number 12. I have 7 equals a over 1, which is the same thing as 7 equals a. So my equation is y equals 7 over x. I'm going to plug in 3. That just gives me 7/3. Over here, I have 2/3 equals a over 3. I'm going to solve for a. I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. I get 2 equals a. So my equation is y equals 2 over x. Then I plug in 3, which gives me 2/3. Number 14 says the number y of songs that can be stored on an MP3 varies inversely with the average size x of a song. A certain MP3 player can store over 3,000 songs when the average size of a song is 5 megabytes. Find the number of songs that will fit on an MP3 player with the average size song is 4 megabytes. So this is again in the form y equals a over x, where y is number of songs. So I have 3,000 equals a over the size is 5 megabits. I want to solve for a. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. This gives me 1,500. And then I want to write my equation. So I have y equals 1,500 over x. And it wants the song size to be 4 megabytes. So I'm going to plug in 4. Gives me 3,750, and this is a word problem, so I should give back in context. This is the number of songs. Okay. On the back side, it wants me to state my domain and range in any vertical or horizontal asymptotes. So I'm going to start off with my asymptotes. For my vertical, I take my denominator and set it equal to 0. So this is my vertical asymptote. My horizontal asymptote, when it's in this form, is y equals the number off to the side. Then my domain is going to be x such that x can't equal 0. And then my range is in the same format, except range deals with y, so y such that y can't equal 2. Same idea for number 16. My vertical asymptote is x equals 0, because I took my denominator and set it equal to 0. My horizontal asymptote is y equals -1, because I took that number at the end. My domain can't equal my asymptote. And then my range can't equal my other asymptote. Over here, I am going to find my asymptotes. So to find my vertical asymptote, I set this equal to 0. I have 2x equals 6. Then I want to divide both sides by 2. I get x equals 3. And then for my horizontal asymptote, since these have the same degree, they're both exponents of 1, I want to divide my coefficients. This is going to be 1/2. So my domain, same as before, x such that x can't equal 3. And my range, y such that y can't equal 1/2. Oops, that's off the screen. Okay. My next ones want me to rewrite the function in the form g of x equals a over x minus h plus k. Describe the graph as transformations. So for this, I have to do long division. So I'm going to do x plus 1 into 4x plus 5. So in order to turn x plus 1 into 4x, I have to multiply by 4. That gets me 4x plus 4. So I'm going to change my signs on those to subtract it away. I multiplied by a 4, so I put the 4 up there. This cancels out and gives me 1. So I'm going to rewrite it with the remainder first. I have 1 over x plus 1 plus 4, and this is g of x. It wants domain, range, asymptotes, intercepts, and transformations. So I'm going to start off with my transformations. It goes up 4 and left 1 opposite the sign with the x. Then my asymptote, for my vertical asymptote, is x equals -1. My horizontal is the number at the end, so y equals 4. Then domain is x such that x doesn't equal -1. And my range is x such that x, nope, range is y. Y doesn't equal 4. So this whole thing is my answer. Okay, same thing for number 19. I'm going to do my long division. So I have x minus 2 going into 6x plus 5. I'm going to need to multiply by 6. So I have 6 times x minus 2 is going to give me 6x minus 12. I want to change my signs. That is really terribly placed. Then I'm going to add down. The 6's cancel out. 5 plus 12 is 17. So my remainder goes first. I have 17 on top, and then 6 off to the side. So my graph is going to shift up 6, right 2, and the 17 is a vertical stretch. Then I want to do my vertical asymptote, which is going to be x equals 2. My horizontal asymptote is y equals 6. My domain is x such that x can't equal 2. My range is y such that y can't equal 6. So this is that. Okay, so I just need to go ahead and do long division on my last one. I need to multiply this by 3 to turn it into 3x. That is going to give me 12x minus, nope, 3x minus 12. So then I'm going to write this under here, and then I'm going to write 3 up above. I am going to change my signs. So the 3x's cancel out. -6 plus 12 gives me 6. So I am going to rewrite this with the remainder first. I have 6 over x minus 4 plus 3. So that means this is shifting up 3. Right 4. That 6 is a vertical stretch. My vertical asymptote is the denominator opposite the sign, so x equals 4. My horizontal asymptote is the number at the end. Then my domain is everything except my vertical asymptote. And my range is everything, everything except for my horizontal. My last problem says new techniques have changed the cost function for removing pollutants from the air, where GFP is the cost in millions. GFP equals 3.2p plus 1 over 100 minus p. What percent of the pollutant can be removed for 50 million? So I'm going to set this equal to 50. And then I just want to go ahead and solve this like normal. So I'm going to get rid of my denominator. I'm going to multiply both sides by 100 minus p. That is going to give me 5,000 minus 50p equals 3.2p plus 1. Then I'm going to move all of my p's over to the same side. I'm going to move this one because I like having positive numbers. So that gives me 5,000 equals 53.2p plus 1. Then I want to go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides. It gives me 4,999 equals 53.2p. Okay, then I want to go ahead and divide both sides by 53.2. ahead and type that into my calculator. I am going to round to the nearest hundred. So this would be 93.96, or 97.